Right, you should now be able to hear me. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Okay, you can thank Twitch for that. Why does Twitch do this? I started the stream and it just completely changed my settings for me and muted my microphone and turned the game sound right the way up. It's, yeah, nice try, Arc Runner, but you wouldn't have heard me ask. Nice try. In a way, I suppose I need to do everything again, so welcome to the Apex Racing League's Equal Tier. I hope you enjoyed the qualifying lap that we showed you from Lil Daz at the start of the stream. That's the first time we've done that. The only thing is I need to find a way that I can actually watch it in real time, because on my end the stream's always a little bit behind what's actually happening, so I need to find a way to be able to actually know exactly when to turn it off. Sorry about the audio issues. As I said, you can blame Twitch. It always comes up with miraculous new ways of confusing me. Trev's come up with a prediction for tonight. He's going for Dodos to win, Matt to bin. He's got to be due one, because he didn't bin last night, so surely he's due a bit of binage. Adrian's just gone P5, 27.8 on the mediums. That's decent. Who else we got? Gooders. Looks like he's fighting that car a little bit. So, as I was saying before, when I didn't actually have any sound, the sector 2 times a good one to look at to see whether they're actually going well or not. If they're in low 105s, high 104s, they're on a very fast lap. So that's the one to look at. I mentioned we were going to have a 26. Fuggish has done 26.820. Kant has gone 26.959. So we've got 2 drivers already into the 26s, and there will be more. So already impressive going. We've also got a 27.1 from Matt, which is outstanding for him. Sorry, no, I didn't mean it to sound like that. I just realised how that probably sounded. But yank it hard, crossing the line. Goes 32.1 and into P15. They're still in the pit, not bothered to come out yet. Matty then is going into the final corner. Looks like he's on a reasonable time. Yeah, a 130.1 puts him just ahead of Yank It Hard into P15, and Hayes will be. The next driver's not yet set a lap. Alright, Dodos not yet out. I know he eats his dinner late actually, so he might be eating Dodos, so he might get one quick lap in at the end. I don't know why somebody eats their dinner at 8 PM. That's just weird. I can only hope. Yeah, well, Alan, last night Trev came up with the idea of maybe, we reckon, Matt switched the numbers on the cars and you had the wrong car. And that's what happened. That's why you crashed and Matt didn't. He's been doing a bit of sabotage to his teammate, which ain't good. I think he'd want you to do well, really, for the team. So Hayes is going to cross the line. 27.3 goes into P5 for the moment. Who else we got there? Anybody clearly still doing a lap? Kenyon definitely not. Kenyon's going P10 at the moment. With a 27.8 on mediums in P10, that's Fuji's third of the medium runners, but they're all on 27.8s. Look at that. 7th to 10th, all in the 27.8s. Sira, no idea if he was doing another lap, so we'll just stick with him. Looks like he might have been. Crosses the sector 2 line. He's definitely doing another lap. He's 1.1 seconds up. He's on target to be the next person into the next driver into the 26s. He looked decent through that corner as long as he nails the final corner. Yep. It all looked pretty neat, so I think he's going to be into the 26s across the line. Goes 26.6 and into provisional pole. Wow. Oh, we've lost Gru. Gru has lost it at the right-hander. I think he must have caught the inside curb. So Gru is out of qualifying. Currently sat in P9, but I think he's going to drop quite rapidly down. Kenyon then has switched to the softs. He's not out on track yet, but we will be seeing a soft lap from him. So who we... Oh, there's an Aston, I think. Is it Hayes? Yes, it is Hayes. He's not on the lap, though. Shuffle through until I find the right person. I will have to go with this driver. So this is Fuggish. He's crossed the line to go 10th faster, so he's up to 26.7. Extremely impressive times being set. Hayes is out. I think that's in the pits. I think he's retired in the pits. Judging by where the yellow flags were. Mario then doing a run on mediums, but he's invalidated. So there's an Aston behind him of Maverick. See if Maverick can improve. Currently on the 29.6. Crosses the line. Does improve by 6 tenths. Good improvement to do a 28.9 and move 17th. There's a Merc crossing the line. No, there's a Merc into the pits. So, Ulster on an outlap, so we'll ride with Ulster. See, keep an eye on his sector time, see if he can improve. All look pretty neat and tidy through there. There's a yellow in sector 2. That is just a Merc getting out of the way. I think that might be Maverick just getting out of other people's way. That won't be, sorry, it won't be Maverick. 19 for Maverick. Okay, it's a little slow on the acceleration there. Let's get the telemetry up. I usually have that on so you can see the acceleration. Quickly managed to get on the power. Yes, Alan, that is what it was, buddy. It's got to be. No way you would bin it without being taken out, mate. That is a purple second sector from Ulster. Can he challenge Sira? His time is good going into the last corner, so I don't know if he's going to challenge Sira, but it's going to be a decent quality. It's 27.5. Puts Ulster in P8 for the moment. Desi coming around the final corner, was a quarter of a second up on his time. So Desi crosses the line to a 27.4, moves up to P7. It's a fine lap from Desi. Who's this? This is Yankit Hart going on to a lap actually, so let's ride with him so we get a full lap in. 2.5 minutes left. As Kenyon goes provisional pole, 26.3 from Kenyon. Highly impressive lap time. I knew we were going to do it. Something in the back of my mind thinking we might have actually pushed the 25s, but Apparently not. That's lap is gone for Yank It Hard. Cedric, maybe? Yep, Cedric's up by a quarter of a second at the end of sector 2. So can Cedric push himself up the field a little bit? He's on target to move up to one place, but if he gains a bit more, could challenge for more. So he goes 28.3, which moves him up that one place ahead of Mario into P15. Matty just starting a lap. Dodos then. No, he had backed out of that lap, so let's ride on board. This is Trev's tip for the win is TTM Dodos, but he's only going to get the run in qualifying. So I expect, as I said earlier on, I expect he was eating. Hi Maverick. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Very much appreciated. I can see there's 9 of you out there in a minute, which is great. Still in the infancy of my streaming, but I'm trying to learn little things and hopefully make the stream that little bit better for you each week. So this week it was the addition of the qualifying lap that probably went a little bit wrong. Maverick has retired. There was a car off track actually in Sector 2. I thought it might have been him, but I think he's... One of those runs... But he needs to get time in. No. The final corner. That was Yank It Hard. Looks like that's down at... actually. Something's going on down at turn 1. No, they've all cleared now. I missed. Right, there's a McLaren will be next to cross the line. That's the McLaren of... He is just over a 10th up. Which would be, but if he can gain a bit more, he might be able to challenge Puggage for 4th. So Kant marches towards the line. He goes 26.6, which pushes him ahead of Fuggish into P4. Next across the line, I think, is a Mercedes. Got Sierra just behind, so this is Gooders. I didn't quite catch the sector 2 split time, so Gooders into the final corner. Again, on a decent time, I think. Gooders crosses the line and goes quicker, but doesn't gain a position. Sierra actually went into the pits. There's another McLaren, that must be Gaza. So Gaza crosses the line 2/10 quicker, but again doesn't gain any positions on that. That car's into the pits. We've got Dodos, who's on a cooldown lap and into the pits, I expect. I think. Yep, just looking up. Dodos is the only one. Well, he's gone into the pits and he was the only one that hadn't finished qualifying, so that is our order for qualifying. So Kenyon taking his first pole in Apex. Congratulations to him. We'll see if we can convert that into a race win. Dodos in P2. Glad to hear, Maverick. It's nothing harder than trying to eat your dinner while you're racing. Difficult job, that one. Unless it's spaghetti, then you just put a bit in your mouth and suck it up, I suppose. But anyway, that's enough of that. Sierra in P3, Kant in P4, Fuggish P5, Rowden in P6, Matt 7, Gaza 8, Hayes in 9, it's Desi in 10th. All of the top 10 on softs on their fastest lap, so they will all be starting softs, suggesting they may end up doing a 2-stop, possibly. We saw last night there wasn't a huge amount of difference between a 2-stop and a 1-stop, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. Then from 11th down, which is Ulster, Yank It Hard, Adrian, Grew, Gooders, Mario, Cedric, Matty Elliott, and all have free tire choice. So Chinese Maverick. Well, if they were noodles, a bit like spaghetti, I suppose. If you had noodles, so in a way, you have it. So we go into a 5-minute break now. So we should be looking around about 28 minutes past. They may just make it the half hour, so it may be half past. We'll see what they do. Matt tends to make the calls on all that. Well, we did ready up rather quickly last night. Didn't have time to get to lure, make a coffee or anything. And I missed a formation lap. In a way, let's just show you some little bits of pieces. I've got the championship standings to show you, so we will look at that. Once Lightstream allows me back in to actually change my screen. Here we go, Lightstream, thank you very much. Oh, come on. Sarah just saying it'd be 27 minutes past the start go time, so I need to try and be quick here. Right, so here's the drivers' standings. I can't see them, of course, so that's useful. Oh, right, so equal drivers' standings at the moment. So we got at the moment Grew leading the way on 116, Adrian's on 105. There's only two drivers that are over 100 points at the moment, but then you've got the two McLarens of Kant and Gaza. What a partnership that's turned out to be, 82 points and 80 points. Dodos in P5, Alan 6, Sarah 7, Matt in 8, Kenyon P9 despite only having done 2 races, that's impressive, and Fuggish in 10th, quite new to us as well, so he's doing well so far. That's our top 10. It's going to be interesting. If Kenyon keeps picking up points at the rate he is, having only done 2 races, he is still a reserve at the moment, but he's going to push his way up the table pretty quickly if he keeps picking up points at the rate he is. We'll move now to the constructors. As you can guess, with their 2 drivers being so high up. So I've got to refresh Lightstream again just to be able to move to constructors. It's so annoying. Now it's making me authorise. Lightstream's great at what it does, but it's this having to refresh every time you want to change the screen. It's a pain. In a way. Here we go. So scene 5 is our constructor standings. So I'll just go to that. So as you can see, McLaren leading the way on 162 points with Haas in P2 on 142. Alpine 136 with Williams 135. So that is mighty close. 125 for Alfa Romeo. Then we got a bit of a jump down to Ferrari P6. Aston Martin in 7th. Only 8 points separating them and Ferrari, and then only 10 to Mercedes in 8th. Red Bull then 8 behind them in 9th, and AlphaTauri on 56 points at the bottom at the moment, but have been picking up points recently, so hopefully see them starting to come up the standings a little bit. Just going to quickly, the ready up shout has gone out, so I won't put you on the break screen, I'll put you straight back to the race so that you can see that when it comes up. The time's just counting down. I'm just going to go quiet for a bit while I quickly get myself another drink, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I've got my coffee, it's all good. Let's see then. Every information lap. Just part of the way around the track with no quick disqualifications so far, so everybody behaving themselves, which makes a change. That's not true. Good luck to all drivers except Matt. That's a bit mean. Oh yeah, Maverick. Like, Rice wouldn't be no good, would it? If you sat in your seat doing your racing, go everywhere. End up with Rice all down the little gaps and stuff. Can't be a good Chinese, says Runner. I agree. My favourite. I do love an Indian as well, mind. So there we go. So I don't think Trev is really supporting anyone as such tonight. Maybe Dodo's because he was the top of his prediction for P1. But I think he's more just anti-Matt, really. So, coming round nearly to the formation lap. Let me get some details up in just a moment. Information laps are often wondered why you bother having it on league races, but actually we turned it off recently in ARC for a couple of races and I missed it straight away. I'm glad to put it straight back on. Don't need that delta. Position changes, that will do for now, I think. Like that. So, coming around to field of grid now, let's go to Perez. Oh, Perez isn't at the back, somebody must have been slow off the start. Oh, Matty. So, Matty will be last through the grid. He's taking control by the looks of it. As soon as he's there, we can go back to... He is there, so let's go back. I think we'll start on the second driver, Dodos. Not have a different camera view, Cody's. Rather look down the grid. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Go in Bahrain. Dodos looks like he flew off the line there. That looked like an absolutely brilliant start. Sierra's going to get a toe off of him and may get past Kenyon as well. Is he inside? Going to fight into the first corner, but they do, so our pole position man drops to third. Dodo's up to first. Sierra P2. There is a car out. That is Adrian. Is out, and we're going to have a virtual safety car. There didn't look much left of his car. I hope he's okay. Give us a shout, Adrian. Let us know you're okay. Medical car will be there as quick as he can. So, not the biggest shocker, a turn 1 incident in Bahrain, but unfortunately it's taken out the man who's P2 in the championship. A long time to go. It's not going to cost him the championship at this point. He's still got plenty of time to make it up. Knowing Adrian, he will. But that is obviously a blow for him. So, who's our biggest gainers? Well, Matty is our biggest gainer. In the Alfa Romeo, he's up 6 places from 19th to 13th. So he's had a great start. Cedric up 3. Perez up 4. We are going again, by the way, so let's get to Sierra and see if he's managed to get a run on Dodos. Pit stop strategy for these top boys will be soft medium. You may see 1 or 2 try. It will depend on safety cars, to be honest. You may see 1 or 2 tries to a soft to medium. You can do it here. It's just at the end of your stints on both sets of tyres, your tyres really start to hurt. As I said, in the race build-up, there's not a huge difference between the two. Fuggish, by the way, has managed to get past Kenyon as well. They are teammates this evening. We want to make sure he's a driver. So he won't holding Kenyon up, which at the moment it doesn't look like he is doing. He's holding his own. So at the moment, I'm just looking down the order to see if we've got any close ones. Mario, unfortunately, at the back has just fallen off a bit. Don't know whether he's had a little moment off track. Things happen to Maverick, so I don't know if they've been tangled up. Gooders also has just fallen off the back a little bit. Ulster at the moment really close to the back of Sidric. Have they managed to end up not only next to each other on track, but with Sidric ahead? Best pals in real life, but not on track. One's in an Alpine, one's in a Williams. Dodos goes fastest at this point of the race on a 1:30.4. That'll come down so a lot. Anchor hard with a red X next to him. Something strange going on with the Anchor hard at the moment. Still trying to pull his way through, especially if that's an AI, but that's costing places now. So some close racing. I've no idea what's going on with Yankit Hard, whether he's actually an AI. AIs aren't usually this quick, so I'm not sure that he is. But in the end, they do all get past him. Perhaps he is, because they are getting past him, but it just seems a bit quick for AI, unless Matt turned the difficulty up. So at the moment, the race for the lead is still on. Ciro's staying with Dodos at the moment. Fuggy's just fallen off a little bit. Kenyon happy to stay behind his teammate for the moment. Obviously DRS is active now, so we may see Kenyon take that place and move back into P3. See the DRS effect here. It's huge down this home straight. Fuggy, that is Fuggy's moving out the way. He's not looking to battle, I don't think. I think that is him. Alright then, yes, he's looking to battle. Oh, Kant has a little touch on Kenyon. Nearly ends up sideways, but recovered it well. Sira is making a move for the pass for the lead. Dodos in the second DRS zone and makes it stick. I'd suggest we may see a lot of changes for the lead throughout this race for the various DRS zones. A good strong pull on all of them, so the one on the main straight, there's not a huge amount you can really do to defend it, so just have a look. Sira's used a lot more energy than Dodos though. Sira in the 30 percentiles, whereas Dodos is in the 80s. Sector 2 yellows already cleared. There is a car around, that is Ulster. It was Ulster that was round, so he's now down 7 places from where he started. Kenyon is closest at the moment. He's round, he's on the back of his teammate still. Surely this time, Kenyon's much closer this time. This one, that's a clear move. Dodos is also making a move for the lead. There we have it. So now Kenyon is in front of Fuggish. Can he create a gap to stop Fuggish from getting back at him? Clearly the AlphaTauri bosses allowed his drivers to fight this evening. And Sira retakes first under the next DRS zone. This could happen continuously, at least until we get to a pit stop. Sira normally pretty good at looking after his tyres, whereas I find that Dodos likes to attack a bit more. He's a bit more of an attacking driver, so but with Sira having to try and keep up. But this battle's allowing Kenyon so nearly get into the DRS zone now. As we have further yellows in sector 2, that's a Merc. Is it Gooders? It is, it's Gooders. Looks like he's lost an end plate, I think. Yeah, he's lost his right end plate, so that is going to require a pit stop. Fortunately for Gooders, as we once again will see these guys battling it. Thuggish will get DRS, but he's not close enough to Kenyon really. Dodo's easily close enough to Sierra. He's going to get this move done very early on in the straight. Well before the braking zone, as you can see. We've now got yellows in sets of 2 and 3. That is a Haas. That was Perez. But he is going again, so no retirement. Pretty usual place to find people have a little instant. Dodo's having retaken the lead, goes purple in sector 1. Not too much of a surprise with that toe all the way down the straight. Gooders picks up a 5-second penalty, sped into the pit lane. Perez in as well, so he did pick up some damage. Allows Mario and Ulster just to catch up a bit. As we have sector 2 yellows, and that again is a car around. That is Desi. He's had a moment. Running well at the moment, Desi. Driving well this evening. So that's dropped him now off the back of Gru, so give Gru some space, breathing space. Kenyon's now right on the back of Sierra. Really think we're going to get a real battle for the race win here. Just interesting. So we're getting towards the point. If you're on a 2-stop, we are getting towards the point now of pitting. Probably for a second set of softs. For me, if you're one of these guys and you are on a 2-stop, you want to do it sooner rather than later and get the most out of it. That is an Aston, I believe. That is Maverick. It's had a little spin. Plenty of room, so no worries about rejoining the track. Appears to have both end plates, so you may get away with that. It's Desi. Clearly did get something, and he's had to pit and is on his way back out. So Maverick's spin has actually stopped. Maverick's spin has meant that he didn't get back past, or didn't get past Desi, so it's actually cost him that spin. If he watches the stream of that later on, probably kick himself for it. So, got a DRS train going on now. It's going to be so difficult for Thuggish to catch up to this. Kenyon riding right on the back of Sierra. Really putting the pressure on. Rowden mixed up a place, moves ahead of Matt into P12. Just going to come off the position changes actually and have a look at the tyres. So I didn't see who started on what at the beginning. Okay, so Maverick actually started on hards. So that's interesting. He's going with a completely different strategy. A few have switched to hard since that have had to pit early. We do have pitters now, so Thuggish is in, Sierra's in, Gaz is in. Sierra is clearly going with a 2-stop. He's on 2 softs, as is Thuggish. Gaz is pitted for the mediums. So he's doing his harder compound stint on the second stint. So that means now that Dodos leads with... Oh, Dodos is off track! Is that going to give Kenyon a chance? It is definitely going to give him a chance. Dodos does manage to retain the position, but that is going to maybe cost him here. Let's go on board with Kenyon. As he uses the gap, he's not going to be able to get the move done there. It's going to come down to the main straight. He's easily close enough. It's going to be an easy move as long as nothing surprising happens here. Gru has found his way onto the back of Hayes now. Definitely at a point now where the medium tyres are the quicker tyres over the softs. Found last night that the optimum sort of amount of laps for the mediums was 12. Softs aren't going to do much more than 6 or 7. Dodo's dummies a pit stop. Kenyon takes the lead. I think these two are going to both try and push to only do the one stop. So you would think that we would see Sierra and Fuggish get the advantage after they do take their stop, as Gru works it up the inside. Hayes looks for a cutback, but it doesn't pay off there. Nobody opening up DRS there that I could see. Strange. Gru gets that move done. As I say, those mediums now looking pretty fine. As Matt gets the move done on Rowden into turn 1. Moves into P11. Nobody else close at the moment. Gaza is within DRS range. Oh, Rowden's just gotten back. Sorry, I shouldn't have come off of that in the end. Rowden has just got a back ahead of Matt. So those two fighting for P11 at the moment. Yeah, Gaza then is right on the back. As Matt gets back ahead of Rowden, just switch it back. Sorry. Terrible directing. Missed the overtake again. It's Gaza, I think, here. It's going to get the better of Matty and move into P9. Next up the road for him will be Cedric. But he's 5.6 seconds, so Gaza will be pleased to see that because he's going to have some nice clean air now. Our leaders, by the way, have gone through again. Still not pitting. Hayes is into the pits. Let's see what he goes on. Good strategy last night was to go slightly long on the softs and then switch to hard. But nobody at the moment decides to do that. Gru won last night in the and that was his cards. It was really, really tight over the line. Sierra buried. So Matty then pits to hards. He comes out P14. So if he's going to the end, he's got a chance of moving up for some positions with our... where are we on gaps now? Kant has callouts, by the way. Kenyon's worked out a gap in 6 seconds over there. Look at the gap to the leaders for Sierra. Sierra's 17 seconds now off the leaders. He will take the lead when they pit. Fuggish as well, 20 seconds, which is about right, so he should take P2. This is the moment. Sierra needs to get that gap down as much as possible. This is where he's got the advantage. Dodos into the pit. Where is... Oh, he's just coming around the final and getting... And Fuggish. There is Sierra, make now. Fuggish. Also passed. See, Dodos has... Dodos on to mediums. Those to the end. Again, they will... Mediums go on to the car. So it's Kenyon to... Surely Kenyon Dodo's pit stop. To see if there's any battles at the moment. Hayes all over the back of him now. Just want to watch Kenyon to see if he does go in. Doesn't look like he is. He's going another lap. So he's down stop, there's no doubt about that now. But Rowden, Hayes and Matt battle. See one behind the other, really, really close. He's obviously going to be susceptible on the main straight. Get the move done. Well, Rowlands backs out because now he gets DRS. I'm surprised at Hayes there. I thought we might have stayed a bit further back. Actually, a little bit of a lead. Is Matt going to be able to make a move? No. Back, so if he had a try there, it would have been a bomb. He still looks a bit too far back. Hayes moves about before the braking zone, so that's okay. So yeah, Hayes does hold on to 8th. Matt moves into P9, running into 10th. A few penalties coming. Fuggish. Sorry, Sirius just got ahead of Kant. Got the gap down to Kenyon now to 14.5 seconds. It won't take him long to catch Gru with his fresh softs. Kenyon is in the pits. Gru will go at the lead of the race. Zero will go into P2. Pulls into the pit now. Oh, no damage. So straight back out. It's the race. Sira is through. Fuggish is through. Kant is in the pits. Dodos then passed. It's actually quite a way back. So I think Dodo is quite a way back. Having said that, Kenyon has gone back onto softs. So that would mean Kenyon has to pit again, surely. I'm sure I'm right now. Just going to check the race director. He didn't start at mediums, did he? No, he's gone soft, so he has to pit again. That's interesting. Why go so long on the first set if you're going to pit again? Maybe that wasn't the plan, but because of the way that it's all worked out, that's what he's ended up doing. So we're on with Sira now. He's called up to the back of Gru. So I think this is just going to be a straightforward move for Sira on the straight. The mediums now are at the point where they've done their optimum pace now. Thought we might have seen Gru come in. He does like a set of hards, but it looks like tonight he's going to try and push the mediums out. So he does get a chance to make the move, but he doesn't get it done. Bit of a surprise. I thought that was going to be a straightforward pass on the DRS. You know, on the DRS. It's Fuggish, not Kenyon. Does get the move done now. So, strategy of starting on the mediums is paying off. As it stands, Kenyon then at the moment still 3-point-ish, but he is well, we know he's ahead of Dodos. He got out ahead of Dodos. Now the difference is gap, despite being on the mediums. The difference is that I can push those mediums to the end. I think that's his only strategy, really. Unless he picks the same time as Kenyon, he could potentially. If he sees that, well, if he's noticed that Kenyon's on the second set of softs, he's got one or two things. He can either try and push the mediums and then hold the gap at the end, or he could pit the same time as Kenyon and go onto a set of softs himself and not have too much time to make up. Matt at the moment then on the back of Hayes to make his way up the field at the moment. Hayes has got the fresher tyres, but Matt's staying within the DRS. He's too far back to make a move into turn 1, is he? Yeah, he's going to go settling back behind and pick up DRS again in the second zone, but it just looks like he loses a bit through the first couple of corners. Opens up DRS. Yeah, it's going to remain behind him for the moment, so anybody else? Kant has obviously made a stop and is on the back of Rowden now. I mean, it's one of those situations, Kant, for strategy to work, needs to get past Rowden as quickly as possible. He's not in a great part of the track to do it right now. There'll be another DRS zone after the next corner for the left-hander. He looks close enough. It looks to me like he's close enough. There's a little bit of lagging going on there. At the inside, I think that's sensible. He needed to get that move done. The only problem is now that you don't have before the DRS zone on the main straight. So Rowden may... Brew then has pitted. He is in. So Brew comes into the box now. He's going to stick on a... So there's the hard tyres. So he does like a set of hards. So we know that Brew is going to the end. And you just do more laps on the mediums than the hards. Those hards will, in a way, get faster every lap he completes as his fuel comes down. So Rowden didn't get back ahead of Kant. Pick DRS up here, but you can clearly see he's a bit behind. Fuggish picks up a penalty. Kenyon has moved through into P2 meanwhile. He's catching Sierra at a rate of knots now. Sierra is coming up to the point of his next pit stop. He may try and push a couple more laps on the softs. Yet, he is within range of getting mediums to the end now, but he may just choose to push out the softs a bit further. Because at the moment, if he pitted right now and went on to mediums, Kenyans would without doubt still have the advantage on pace because his softs are so young. So as Fuggish comes into the pit, so he is going to pit now for his mediums. It makes more sense, he's in a different circumstance and Sierra, so Fuggish, what a good race, and he's looking good for a solid result. Who is that? Oh, I can't find them. Where are they? Oh, that's why I can't find them. It's Ulster. Ulster has lost it in Sector 1 and he's out of the race. So Fuggish is out of the pits on those new mediums then that are taken to the end. Now, remarkably, he's got a 26-second lead over 11th place. So the top 10, assuming nothing happens to them, are all looking pretty comfortable to score some points. It's just a case of how many. The only exception to that might be Rowden. He's presumably going to have to pit again for those mediums. But Desi at the moment not looking close enough to get the lead, so Sierra then into the pits. Sierra is in, there goes the mediums. So now the question is going to be, can he gain time on Kenyon to take him or to do an undercut? Now I suggest it's going to be hard on. Look, he's come out in traffic. That is not what you wanted to see. He's behind Canty. In fact, that is really not what you wanted to see, because Canty won't be stopping again. Canty's going to the end, so that is a genuine position gain for Canty. The undercuts work for him. Sierra's going to have to make time up to Kenyon to make his undercut work, and Kenyon's only on 4 lap old softs, so I think he's still going to have the pace at the moment. Gap at the moment 22.8 to Sierra. gets ahead of Gooders. DRS move on the main straight. Battle going on here actually. Looks Maverick in P15, Yank It Hard, Mario next to each other. This is all for 15th then. So I'll let those guys be. Just move my back to interval. What's going on? Matt's on the back of Hayes still going at it. Matt presumably is definitely stopping again. I'm not sure about Hayes. Probably is, but it's not definite. Sierra gets ahead of Canty on the main straight. And they're catching the back of this battle now. Ideally, Matt could well pit at the end of this lap. It's either going to be this lap or the next lap, I feel, because he's now on 12 lap mediums. So they have used their optimum life now. Sierra needs a favour from his teammate up. And there's the favour. Matt lets him go and will move back across in front of Canty. It's good work from Sierra's teammate to let him through and did it well. Picks up DRS himself to be able to fight Canty, so he might be able to hold Canty up a little bit for Sierra. Sierra, Fuggish picks up another 3 seconds, to the point that could hurt him come the end of the race. Actually, Fuggish running P9, he's just right on the back of Gru. That's our closest battle, so we'll move to that one. Let's go through the broadcast cam. So, into the final corner. You'd think it would be a simple enough move under DRS. Gazza's in the pits, Kenyon is in the pits for his stop. Was a short stint for Kenyon. Sierra has gotten ahead of him, so Sierra did make time up. He has done the undercut. As Fluggish does get the move done on Gru. As the race goes on, as we get to the later stages, Gru's hards will become faster at some point. So it's not the end of that battle, I don't think. Possibly. Gru at the moment, at this point of the race, is going to be, can I stay in the DRS? So that you can take advantage of having the stronger tyres later on. Kenyon then on the back of Hayes, who's on the back of Sierra. Dodos leads the race by 15.8 seconds. Now, normally, I have said that Dodos wouldn't consider pushing those mediums to the end, but because he's got the 15.5 seconds, with 10 laps to go, I think he might well try it. I don't think he's got anything to lose. Although technically, if he did pit now, he could pit some set softs. Be mighty quick. Come out. Yeah, the problem is that he's going to come out down in 7th or 8th. So if he checks that on his MFD, I think I would go with the option of trying to push the tyres out. As Hayes comes into the pits, so he isn't going to try and push his. Which means Sierra moves into P2, Kenyon is on the back of him. Tyres which are a couple of laps fresher. But both of these, the more they battle, of course, the more they're going to play into Dodo's hands. Dodos does have a penalty. I don't like to look at the penalties until 3 laps from the end. So we'll keep that under wraps for now. So then, Gaza P7, Hayes P8, Matt P9, all onto fresh softs. No penalties for Gaza either. The time to Gru will start coming down rapidly with their fresh softs. Desi picks up a penalty. Rowden's just gotten ahead of Desi. There they are. Okay, they're up at turn 4, so I think that move's completed. I think Rowden's made that stick. Maverick is into the pits. He's coming off the hards. He's going to switch to some softs to maybe have a bit of fun to do the end. See if he can do a fastest lap, maybe. Drops him down by the looks of it to 17th. He should get out ahead of Matt. Pretty tight, actually. Yeah, Matty does get ahead. Just. Maverick, just be aware you're coming out in traffic, buddy. Faster cars, so... see, a little touch there on Kenyon. Gaza puts in the fastest lap of the race, 28.7. He's got the gap down to Gru to 12, just over 12 seconds already. Main battle at the moment is Sira and Kenyon, and right now they are not taking anything like the amount of time at a Dodos that they need to. The yellows in sector 2 is just people, I think that's Matty and Maverick letting people through. So, no issues there. Opens up DRS. Probably won't look to make a move here. It's just about closing the gap down, ready to make the move on the main straight. There. So, going well. Been a brilliant race so far. We've only lost 2 drivers. Adrian, unfortunately, right at the start was unfortunate. Perez, yeah, taking a late pit stop. So I would imagine switching to the softs should get him out of the way of all these top runners, though. I'm not seeing. He's coming back out. Is he? Yeah. Yeah, so not seeing sort of end up in the middle of them all. Sira's going to try and defend for his life from Kenyon to the end of this race. But as I said, this is all playing into Dodo's hands. Dodos will push those tyres, whether they get into 80% wear. It wouldn't surprise me if they do, maybe even 90% come the end of the race. But while that gap is where it is, he's got no reason to pit whatsoever. So, guys, been a bit quiet on chat. I hope you're enjoying the race. I've got the chat open, so if you do pop anything in, I will respond. Remains our closest battle. I'm trying to keep an eye down the field. Kant as well is right on the back of Fuggish, so just the battle behind this one. That's the battle for 4th place. Fuggish has got the fresher tyres than Kant, but Kant does have any penalties, so here we go then. This is for P2. Kenyon has DRS open. He's going to get this done before the braking zone. He does, pretty much. Hold that lead. Will Sira get the DRS back? It does, and already moves to the inside. He's going for it again. Something's happened down at turn. I don't think it has. Again, I think that's just somebody letting a faster car through. Something's done well tonight so far. Sira gets the move back, and they switch places once again. Maverick actually on the back of Matty. This is for 16th place. So take a look at this one. Naturally, the guys further down the field don't tend to get as much air time as the ones at the top, so when there is a close battle like this, I think it's good to watch. Maverick makes that move stick. Fine move from Maverick, and comes onto the straight, and it looks like he's taking control of that one now. So he is Maverick. A good move up into P16. Canty has gotten ahead of Fuggish. So come down to the final corner again. So getting a little bit further back this time, but I still think he's close enough to make the move. Trev just saying he's real sick and tired of Matt ruining his predictions. Can't finish 2 races in a row. Has he ever done that before? Finished 2 races in a row. So again, Kenyon gets the move done into turn 1. Sierra even can't get it back this time into turn 4, so he's going to have to back out of that. Don't want to be going side by side through there. So it's going to be Sierra's turn to try and get it done on the main straight this time. Can't manage to hold the place ahead of Fuggish. 2 great battles going on here. As ever, I will keep an eye down Phil. That move from Maverick, he is still ahead, and he's now got the gap to over a second, so it looks like he's consolidated that one. Rue, who's our championship leader, running in sixth, quite a comfortable P6 at the moment, although Gaz is bearing down on him. Gaz's tyres are going to start going, as he had effectively been doing qualifying laps on those tyres to catch up to Brew. However, Gaz has now picked up a penalty. I hadn't realised that. Brew is penalty free, so not only will Gaz have to get past, he'll have to get up the road as well, and I don't think there's enough time left in the race to do that. We are on to lap 26, next lap, so lap 27 we will take a look at the penalties, see exactly where everyone is. That is Fuggish getting past Kant into turn 1. Kant is going to make the move back by the looks of it. Let's go on board, because his camera there. Mario behind them at the moment, on 1 lap old soft, so you can understand that he's on the back of them. These guys battling for P4 Mario's, just bear that in mind please. Good racer Mario, so I suppose he's aware of that and isn't going to try and unlap himself in any silly way. So Kant's consolidated this move a little bit. The yellows in sector 1 and 2 are simply for someone moving out of the way. Nobody's spun. Kenny's just got away a little bit from Sierra. They've started eating into the lead, but nowhere near enough to go past Yankit Hard, who appears to have been in. He's had a red X next to his name for the whole race, so I need to find out what's going on with him. We've got drivers waiting for seats, so we have a driver that's just going to lose connection every race. I'm trying to switch back, it doesn't work, so I thought maybe he consolidated that move, but he hasn't, and we'll switch around again. We are now on to lap 27, so as promised we will take a look at the penalties. Sierra throws out the inside. Kenyon makes that work. So we're back down to Kenyon making a move on the straights. Oh, Matt's into the... Why is Matt in the pits? Well, I don't know what, Trev, but something must have happened to Matt. He wouldn't have pitted just a few laps from the end while in the points. Unless something had actually happened. So something has happened to Matt. There's some fresh sauce, but he's not going to have enough laps to catch that up. Yellow's through sector 2 and 3. What is this? This is... It's a Williams of Mario. Did have a moment there. So he did end up off track. Doesn't appear to be anybody that was lapping him to let through. So back on board with Sierra. Just looking to make the move again. Now, if I was Sierra, I wouldn't have done that. Well, I don't know. He seems to have been pretty successful on the second DRS zone of getting back ahead of Kenyon. So Kenyon will have to make his mind up of when he's going to make a move. Is he going to make the move on the main straight into turn 1 and then defend into turn 4, or is he going to try and make the move on the second DRS zone? Dodos has shown that he is the strategical master at Bahrain, because he is going to win this race by an absolute mile. Not seen him for ages, but let's say those tyres are going to be worn as anything. I did promise we'd look at the penalties, didn't I? So let's have a look. So Dodos has 3 seconds. Buggish has 6, which at the moment, oh, it's going to be tight. It would drop him back behind Gru. It's a couple of attempts in it. But I think that will probably happen because Fuggish is fighting with Kant. So Kenyon does make a move into turn 1. Can Sira do the same again? He goes for a switchback. Get a better exit here, and he will pick up DRS. He's going to get a much better exit. Picks up DRS. He goes to the inside. He's going to get a move done, I think. Tiny little touch between the two. So Kenyon will have to try and make the move in on the 3rd DRS zone. Let's go on board with Kenyon. Having a look down the outside here. Switch back a little bit. Needs to be as close as possible around this left-hander. Oh, Sira runs wide! Sira's run wide! Don't think it's going to be enough for Kenyon. Is it? Does throw it up the inside. Sira leaves plenty of room, but manages to hold on around the outside. Look at this. Kenyon has got 60% battery. He's going to open it up. Sira tries to break the toe. Cross to the right, to the inside, to defend. So Kenyon opens it up, but I don't think everything's going to happen before the line. It doesn't, so my apologies to Dodos. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix by 7 seconds in the end after penalties. Sira takes a fantastic P2 after an amazing battle with Kenyon throughout. Kanti in the end takes the P4. Gru is promoted to P5 ahead of Fuggish, who finishes P6. But Kanti and Fuggish as well had a great battle to the line. Hayes finishes P7, Gaza P8. Rowden is coming round now. He's going to finish P9. It's Desi and 10 as a penalty. It's going to be close between Desi and Matt, who picks up the final point. So Rowden finishes P9. Desi is going to come across the line, but I think the final point is going to be pinched off him. Matt has got the gap to under 9 seconds. Matt is going to do it again. For 3 out of the last 4 races, he's going to get promoted to 10th. And penalties across the line. Cedric crosses the line as well. So unfortunately, Desi just misses out on a championship point. A great race. Once again, Gru takes the driver of the day from the game. I don't think he's... I'm sorry, Gru, but I don't think he's going to be my driver of the day. I'll look at that when the standings come up. We'll see them celebrate on the podium. Absolutely fantastic race. Thanks again, Sean, for tuning in and supporting Gaza. Yeah, it's true. He used to struggle to finish 2 laps in a row without spinning. Something definitely happened to him there, but he has picked up 1 point to help Ferrari. So Dodos wins by 7 seconds from pretty much from Sira. Kenyon into P3, Canton to P4, Gru to P5, Fuggish 6th, Hayes 7th, Gaza 8th, Rowden 9th, Matt 10th. Just pipping Desi to that final point, who finishes P11. Cedric 12, Gooders 13, Yankit Hard 14, Mario 15, Maverick 16, Perez 17, Matty in 18th. Our only 2 retirements for the race were Ulster and Adrian. It's hard for me to pick a driver of the day. I understand that Grewe has come from 14th on the grid to take 5th, which is why the game's giving him driver of the day. But for a strategical masterclass, I am going to pick as my driver of the day, Dodos, who I think is pulled off a masterstroke to win that race of just one stop in soft to medium. It's hard to believe that he was going to hold the gap as well as he did. I think the fact that Sarah and Kenyon were fighting so hard probably helped. Well, it definitely helps, didn't it? But yeah, it's fantastic result for Dodos and Alpine. Sarah and Ferrari get a double point score, so that's good for them. McLaren keep up the pressure on the constructors, with Canty finishing 4th and Gaza 8th. So a double point score from them. Grewe keeps it going for Haas with a P5. Fuggish and Kenyon, obviously, so big points for AlphaTauri, P3 and P6. And the only other team in the points is Red Bull with Rowden, picks himself up, and Red Bull a couple of championship points. So congratulations to everyone there. That was an absolutely fantastic race, it really was. I hope you enjoyed watching it back, guys. As usual at this point, just a massive thank you to everyone that's watched the stream live, and obviously a massive thank you to everyone that watches it back at a later point. It really has been a fantastic race and a great, well, both races actually. Last night's in the realistic tier and tonight's in the equal. Great advert for the league to show what this league's all about. So I really do recommend watching them both races back, because they were both awesome. Anyway, that's Bahrain done, so we will be back, well, I will be back with you for next week's race on my Twitch on the for the realistic tier. Where's the calendar? I can't find the calendar. I do this, I say it every week, and I do it every week. I look at the calendar before the race to see what the next race is. But by the time we finish the race, I forget. So Bahrain, next week we are on to Zandvoort, Holland. So we have a difficult race, but not as difficult as the week after when we go on to Monaco. So I can't wait for that one. That's going to be fun. So Zandvoort next week, which will be... Sorry, I thought we were round 12 tonight. This was round 13. So round 14 of a 24 race calendar. So marching into the season now. But yeah, what a season it's turned out to be as well. Okay, so as I say, a massive thank you to everyone that's watched the stream live. Thank you to everyone that watches it back. Next Sunday for the realistics tier, their turn at Zandvoort, Holland. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone. That concludes tonight's